What's up guys, it's Will here, back again. And today we're here to review the InArt Ringwraith Nazgûl from Lord of the Rings, The Fellowship of the Ring. Now this is the fourth figure released from the InArt Lord of the Rings line, and I'm super excited to review it today. I decided to go with the deluxe version with the horse after seeing the set at SDCC way back in 2024. Today though, we do need to determine if this set is worth the $650 price tag. But before we get started, make sure to like the video, subscribe to the channel, and click the notification bell so that way you're notified when content goes live here. I picked up this figure at a discount from 1/6 Kit. If you're interested in purchasing InArt and third-party figures, head to the link in the description below. Use my code WillFox for $10 off of your order. That said, is the Ringwraith going to be a worthwhile addition to the InArt Lord of the Rings line? Well, today we find out if he's merely an accessory piece or something more. First things first, I want to show you guys an in-hand look at the InArt Ringwraith Nazgûl. First thing you're going to notice, there is no head sculpt. It's a black piece of plastic designed to keep the hood shape intact. You can move the fabric all around. Everything that is fabric has a wire running through it, and it's actually pretty great. This is going to look better under dimmer lighting conditions just because you're going to see otherwise that there's no head in there. Even in the film, the Ringwraiths were in the dark or even in broad daylight. There was tons of lighting conditions that were really advantageous to not showing any mesh fabric or faces. The armor is all die-cast. So if you look at the hands, die-cast metal. You look at the shin armor, the actual forearm armor, all of it is die-cast. The swords are die-cast. This is a full metal boy here, and it looks great. The fabric, very weathered, feels very substantial, very thick, very heavy, very high quality. And there's tons of paint applications here to make it look very weathered and lived in. The Ringwraiths are traveling all around looking for photo. These guys do not sleep. They mean business. They're very dirty. They're grimy. They're undead, basically, right? So it looks very cool. The fabric, again, very high quality, very weathered, and very articulatable. So the more time you spend on this fabric and bending the wires to make it look good, the better your figure is going to look. This is straight out of the box, and I'll pull off some poses here and there for you guys, but I do think the more time you dedicate to, putting the wires in a position that looks natural, you can really do a lot with this guy. You can see all the die-cast armor on the leg armor. It's super cool. It's heavy, it's cold to the touch, it's die-cast through and through. It's pretty awesome. So all of that is underneath the robes there. So if you want that showing, bend those robes, make sure that you can showcase that die-cast armor. It's beautiful, it's stunning. It articulates very well. And it actually feels, again, very substantial considering it's actual die-cast metal. But again, bend the wires around, plenty of fabric there to work with. You can do so much with this guy in so many dynamic poses. He's going to be able to do quite a bit. No head sculpt, but it's great. Here's the horse. I did get the deluxe version, so you can see tons of great paint applications there, bits of ripped off flesh, and of course the actual straps and harnesses and the actual saddle, which is magnetic, which attaches to the back, which I'll show you a little bit more later on. But the tail is actually articulated. Pretty crazy. I've never seen tail articulation before. So you can articulate the tail, move it around to the position that you would like for your horse. It's pretty great. This is a static piece. You cannot pose it besides the tail. And of course you have the wool implanted air, if you will, for the horse here, but it's pretty cool. Tons of great paint applications. The horse is really a great selling point. Here's the display base for the horse. You can put Nazgûl on here just barely with the horse, or you can have Nazgûl sitting on the horse. You can do that. Paint applications are really, really cool. You have green on the bottom, Nazgûl nameplate on the front, and some really cool, I guess, rock and dirt type of paint applications and vibes there. I really do like it. You peg the horse into the two pegs on the corners, and boom, there you go. He's in there. It's great. It's really cool. It feels substantial. They give you a separate Nazgûl display base if you want to display the two separate. If you want to put Nazgûl on his own base, it's just simply a flat black. Don't necessarily love that as much. I would have liked to see something similar to what the horse base was, but they went with something very basic for this one. Don't love it, but it gets the job done. You have a crotch grabber here. The magnetic bases seem to have been ditched by InArt. That's totally fine. They weren't really working all that well anyway, so I'm fine with the crotch grabbers. You have plenty of robes to conceal this anyway, so you can adjust that and maneuver it to your liking. Here's some set of gripping hands. Again, die-cast metal here. These are metal. They're heavy. They're honestly a little bit difficult to get onto the body. You have to be very careful. Kind of twist them in, go slow. You don't want to break anything, but they are die-cast metal, so they are not flexible. One of the problems I had, which I'll get into a little bit later, is getting the sword in one of the hands. It's metal, you can't heat it up, not really flexible, so I'm having some issues with it. Here's some relaxed hands. You do have 3 different sets for this figure. One of the sort of semi-relaxed hands come already pre-installed on the body, and you can see there's another. You get the torch that Aragorn wields and throws towards the Ringwraiths, you know, in Fellowship of the Ring, which you could have if, you know, with Aragorn holding, if you have the Aragorn figure. You wouldn't really have the Nazgûl holding this, probably just because Nazgûl and Ringwraith, they don't like the fire, right? So you don't really want to have him holding that. I don't think it look right. You have actually 4 different swords here. It's pretty cool. Each of them with their own sheath, all of them die-cast metal. This one, as you can see here, has a circle right near the top part of the hilt, and it's pretty cool. Again, tons of paint applications, weathering, spattering effects, really, really cool. And you know, you can do a lot with these guys. All of the swords are different in length and different in appearance as well. So I really do like the quality of these. They feel, again, very lifelike. It's crazy. Like you could actually like slice someone with these. It's pretty wild. And I love each of the hilts being unique and dynamic in their own ways. All of them, again, come sheathed in the box, and you can just unsheath them and put them in the Ringwraith's hands. But again, you could have him double wielding swords if you wanted to. If you wanted to have him dual wielding, you could totally do that. I'm probably just gonna have him with the one, similar to this sword here. This one's probably my favorite though. I really do like the pommel on this one. I think it's pretty cool, and the actual handle itself is really great. So this is probably my one that I'm gonna go with, you know, in my personal display. But again, you have 4 different options there, a lot of different die-cast swords. So yeah, you're gonna have some choices here. Let's keep moving. The installation process for the horse is pretty straightforward. When it arrives, it comes with a metal bar pegged into the feet to prevent warping. You simply pull that out and then peg the horse into the base. Very simple. You can then take the cloth and put that on the horse's back, and then you can magnetically attach the saddle. Super easy. I love that InArt made this process simple. There's only one issue I had with installation, and that's installing the swords on the left hand. The hands are die-cast, so they aren't flexible. On the right hand, it holds swords perfectly. However, on the left, I cannot for the life of me get the sword to fit in the hand comfortably. It may be my copy of the figure, but the iconic 2-handed sword wielding pose is out of the question. I will damage something if I push harder than I already have. I kind of wish the hands were plastic so they were a little more flexible. My thoughts on the figure are very positive. The robes are awesome quality. They're thick, they're heavy, and they're full of wires everywhere. The more time you spend with the wires, the cooler you're going to be able to make Ringwraith look in your display. If you don't love how mine looks, trust me, you'll be able to make it look however you want. I also love the weathering on the robes. They all look lived in and dirty and evil. The armor being die-cast is also awesome. It's kind of scary to articulate at first, but you'll be able to move this guy however you want. The outfit is mostly fabric, but the die-cast armor, it flexes nicely. You can sit him on the horse, no problem. You can have him in a fighting pose, no problem. As for the horse, it's excellent. I'm telling you, if you have the space for the horse, get the horse. It's a game changer. I honestly am not sure how I'm going to display the horse with my current ModuSpace setup, but damn, this thing is extremely well done. It's painted beautifully and adds so much presence to the figure. If it wasn't already clear, the horse is a statue. It does not articulate besides the tail. The days of magnet display bases appear to be over. We have a crotch grabber for the individual Nazgûl base, and you can actually stand Nazgûl next to the horse on his individual base, but it is a tight fit. I kind of prefer displaying this look over the on the horse look, but let me know your thoughts in the comments below. This figure is always going to look better in dim lighting. It doesn't have a head, or a face for that matter. So that's why InArt looks like they turned on one light in another room in their unboxing video. The dimmer the light, the cooler the look. Unfortunately, this doesn't exactly make for a good review, so I've lit this video as I normally do. Still, choose your lighting carefully so the figure looks as mysterious as possible. You want to hide that plastic piece in the hood as much as you can. Overall, this figure is very good. I have a few minor complaints and a lot to praise. This is another successful InArt Lord of the Rings figure, and for that reason, I'm going to give the InArt Ringwraith a 9 out of 10. Guys, if you enjoyed this video, make sure to click the like button down below, subscribe to the channel, and click the notification bell so that way you're notified when content goes live here. Let me know what you think about this Ringwraith in the comments below, and I will see you in the next video.